What's up, YouTube? Joseph here, and it is deck profile time once again, and I'm giving you another retro deck profile. And as you can obviously see, it is Harpie Lady, but there is no extra deck. How retro will I go? Is pretty much what this deck profile will be. This is pre-synchro. This is for Duelist Genesis, where you had you didn't have an extra deck. No, you had a fusion deck. And you did not need to rely on so many cards from your extra deck because you were focused on your main deck. So I have a ton of variations of decks that I can pull from now that we have excluded the extra deck. And the only time I think I'll ever have an extra deck in terms of monsters in it will be when I play Metamorphosis and when I get to Chaos format. So, with most of that said, it's time to go into the retro deck profile for Harpies. And this is this is pre. See, I'm so excited I can't remember. This is pre-Duelist Genesis. There's no synchro monsters. You are using purely your extra deck. Your main deck. So, for our monsters, we have Harpie Lady 1. You can switch inside of Harpie Lady, but this is primarily what your main alien Aegis target, secondary to another target. We have Harpie Queen. Now, when Harpie Queen first came out, this is where Harpies began to change, where you could run multiple Hysteric Party, multiple Elegant Egotists. And that was mainly because Harpie Queen ability to treat herself as Harpie Lady while she's on the field or in the graveyard. Outside of that, she was technically the only monster that in the Harpie lineup, besides Harpie's sisters, who you could use Elegant Egotist. Well, Harpie Lady you could use Elegant Egotist on. Queen you could use Egotist on. Unfortunately, you couldn't use Elegant Egotist on sisters. But you could use Elegant Egotist to summon Harpie sisters. And that's where Queen came in because you'll have a 1900 attacker, and you have a 1950 attacker. And with the combination of so many different cards, you have Harpie sisters beating for probably 24 to 2500 depending on what cards you were using to supply the additional damage. The additional attack power. We have Harpie's Pet Baby Dragon, who came out around that same time, and his abilities to protect Harpies when one or more other Harpie cards are on the board. His attack and defense were doubled if you control 2 or more Harpie monsters. And if you control 3 or more, he can destroy one card on your opponent's side of the field once a turn. So having 2 of them meant he could do even more. Harpie's Pet Dragon, despite the fact that this card was not relatively seen, I did not have it, but in game, I surely did. And when I did have the chance to summon it, I surely did summon it. And I had technically 2 or 3 targets of ways of summoning it. Of course, Monster Reborn, Premature Burial were some other targets I could use to summon it. But yeah, when you had the chance, you could summon Harpie's Pet Dragon. I don't have some more Bird of Divinity. I think I do have some more Bird of Divinity because I want to show off that deck as well. So that's pretty much the Harpie lineup. Next, to follow the Harpies, we're running 2 Bird Fakes. Pretty much with this card, Destroy a Battle, or card effect. If you're playing Duel Link, this card will search for Harpie Lady and add it to your hand. Other than that, it had an equal attack and defense of 1600 and a level 4 Winged Beast. Flying Kamakiri number 2 supported most of the deck as well by summoning most of the monsters to the board, including itself. Swift Birdman Joe, straight out of Enemies of Justice. Joe was pretty much a tribute summon Giant Trunade. And with Joe's ability, you could easily reset your board so that you could reuse a lot of your continuous spells and traps that that you were either unable to get to or you lost like stuff attached to it, or you wanted to reset your board and make sure your opponent couldn't do anything during battle phase. One Whirlwind Prodigy, and this was one of the targets that I used. This is pretty much the main monster I used to summon Harpie's Pet Dragon, because if you tribute summon a wind monster that required more than one tribute, you could use this for the double tribute summon. And at that time, there were a ton of cards coming out of Flaming Eternity that you could use double cast on. I want to say the effigies, but I think they came later. And oh, there were so many. I think for the ones I can think of at the moment were Whirlwind Prodigy and Double Cast On to get double tribute on monsters onto the board. Then for my one-ofs, one Mask of Darkness to retrieve traps, one Magician of Fate to retrieve spells, and one Sangan to search for anybody who possibly could that had 15 or less attack. Oh, and Crush Card was still viable. So, I had a Crush Card target. 2 of them. For my spells, triple Harpie's Hunting Ground, double Elegant Egotist. And what much more could be said that at the time, once Harpie Queen came out, you had a target to search for Harpie's Hunting Ground. Too bad it didn't come super till later on in the game once we got Harpie Chandler in it. A lot of one-ofs. Book of the Moon, Pot of Avarice, Brain Control, Giant Trunade, Lightning Vortex, Swords of Revealing Light. Some other cards I can mention: Heavy Storm, Mystical Sage Typhoon, Fissure, and Smashing Ground. And now for the last of the deck, we're going to go into the traps. Double Hysteric Party. Igor's attack, which is amazing because you control so many winged beasts. You can easily pop tons of cards that were in your way. Bottomless, Mirror Force, Call to Haunted, Solemn Judgment, and Magic Cylinder. So, yeah, that is pretty much it for this version of the retro deck profile. I have a ton more I can go into. I haven't even begun. So leave a like, comment, subscribe, and wait till next time, because I have so many more retro decks that I'm going to be building and showing off to you guys. This is HPJ signing out. Take care.